Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with Meg again. Hi, Meg. How are you doing?
Hello, my soul sister. I am doing very, very well. I am so excited to be connecting with you, even though we had a little bit of a Mercury retrograde delay. It's all good, and it's a new dawn. Let's go. So excited.
Yay! We're here to bring some hope in your lives, hopefully. And I know it hasn't been easy. Well, I'll talk for myself. It hasn't been easy at all with this eclipse season, Virgo Pisces, and then we're having the end of the Pisces season. We're still, as we're talking, in the end of Mercury retrograde, and we're in this post-eclipse sort of integration right before the new dawn. So this show is going to be about like this very pivotal week in astrology that we're having. Like the next couple of days are going to be historical or really shifting between eras. So we're going to talk about the new moon in Pisces. We're going to talk about the spring equinox, the Aries equinox, and then Mercury moving direct and all the big shifts that are happening this week. Plus, stay tuned because at the end, we're going to do a little intention setting activation with Meg. Meg, how has it been for you to start with? Like this, let's say, end of the astrological year, Mercury retrograde, anything you want to share about that?
Oh my gosh, there is so much ending. There is so much coming to a close, ending. I was talking to financial astrologer Susan Goodell a couple weeks ago about how, as astrologers, we're always talking about what's going on. And we've been both finding lately like a challenge in expressing in words the level of how big of a deal the transits are right now. And to me, this week, we're filming this on March 17th, going to go live on March 18th. This week, to me, is the end of the age of Pisces. Now,
Whoa.
not the technical end, because as you know, Julie, it's based on the precession of the equinox and the greater astrological ages. But in a sense, there's something about right now that it feels like we're at the end of this Pisces season. We had Neptune leave Pisces, go into Aries right before this Pisces season. We ended the year of the snake, which is very much about endings and letting go in the Chinese astrology. Saturn left Pisces, went into Aries during Aquarius season, before this Pisces season. It just feels to me like this is the last time in our lives where we will have this very strong Pisces influence. And it was really strong this Pisces season with the Mercury retrograde in Pisces.
Woo.
And Pisces is the last sign in astrology.
Right.
It is about closing. It is about ending. It is about karma. It is, along with the sign of Scorpio, death, right? And so I feel like a lot of us were going through this death into this new dawn, into this new age, which brings a rebirth. Death is interesting because death is real, but also not real at the same time, because nothing really dies, if you will, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot to say. I feel like a lot of healing going on, death, and even been noticing physical deaths.
Mm.
Two people that I'm close with passed during this Pisces season. Friend of Jens and I, and one of my like spiritual teachers that I've learned from,
Oh, I'm
and
so
many
sorry about
different.
that, Meg.
That's okay. Thank you. Many clients, friends, people in the public eye. Like, I've never heard of so much death. Have you been having the same? Or
No, but honestly, the health topic has been really big, especially with the eclipse
yeah,
in Virgo Pisces. I have been in the hospital a lot for for other people here. It's
right.
the first time that I visited the hospital in Dominican Republic, and I've been there like maybe 7 times in 2, 3 weeks, which
Hmm.
is so everybody's been sick. Um, I feel like a lot of people, and I'm surrounded by a lot of Virgos here, and everybody's been having like this crazy inner death and rebirth sort of experience,
Yeah.
which is normal because the South Node is in Virgo. So I don't know if it's everybody feels like that or it's just the Virgos, but like I feel it very, very strongly.
Right.
Um, yeah, the health topic has been big. A lot of people here has had like viruses or uh, one that is called dengue, which is like a virus that it's with the mosquitoes. Yeah,
Mm.
a lot of things with, also with the stomach bacterias. Anyways, there's been a lot of that kind of stuff, but also I think it's a consequence of like the energetical shift that we're experiencing, which whenever the energy starts moving and we start shifting into higher frequencies and we start absorbing new sort of light codes, there's
Mhm.
something energetically that changes, as you know, Meg. And I think like it translates on a physical level as like we're purging the old energies, we're purging blockages, emotional emotions that were repressed. So there's a lot happening regarding that.
Have you been hearing a lot of people tired? Like, I've been hearing that from
Yeah.
everybody, tired, tired with this
Yeah.
Pisces
Well,
energy.
I think it goes also with the Pisces season, like the need to rest, the need to let go. And like one of my best friends here was in the hospital for the last like 4 or 5 days, and she really struggles to let go. And I've been telling her like, this is um, your lesson right now is to learn how to, you know, like just rest, relax, because she's not able to stay still for like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
And I think that's also a collective lesson, like learning how to trust the universe, but also learning how to rest, and that there's moments in life where we cannot always be active, be like having a to-do list and being productive. Sometimes there is this like ebb and flow where we need to also recharge,
Right.
rest, connect with our inner self. And like society doesn't encourage that, and we know it. And it's hard also when we are highly productive individuals to like not feel guilty because we're also not as productive, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
I could talk a lot about that as a Virgo, but it's been I think also a collective lesson of also attuning to the cycles, right? Of Mother Earth, of the stars, of the planets. And Pisces season is, like you said, like it's an ending.
Yeah.
So surrendering to what is dying within us, what is dying in our lives, is never easy, and it requires a lot of faith in the divine.
Yes.
I have
And
been
our
feeling that.
spiritual, yeah, it's like very spiritual energies right now too. A lot of people having very vivid dreams, weird things in the sleep time coming up, sleep pattern changes, psychic phenomena. It's also part of the blessing and the beauty of this Pisces energy, and also this age of Pisces has been a great spiritual awakening of
Oh
the
yeah.
world,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And I that's very heightened right now. I've been noticing a lot of synchronicities and like spiritual insights. Yesterday, Julie and I had a synchronicity where we were speaking, and Julie shared about how you mentioned how like each birthday has a tarot card, right? You mentioned that while we were in conversation, and that was something that I have not thought about in years. And it popped into my mind this past weekend when I was at the Meta Expo. I was just like, oh, that should be something that I talk about. Or maybe Julie, I actually thought of you. I'm like, maybe Julie and I can talk about that sometime. And then you bring it up the next day, like little things like that are just synchronicities, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of
This
stuff
is,
going on. But
and plus,
once,
like we realize also we have like the same um, Lilith placement in astrology. We were talking about that.
yeah,
There is a lot of synchronicities and like people meeting for like for a specific spiritual purpose at the time, like a specific spiritual lesson, and like it's very, very karmic and spiritual.
yeah,
And I love like that you brought up that this week corresponds to the end of the Pisces era, because I have been feeling like, yes, of course, like we're moving through like from Pisces season to Aries season, which is like a huge shift of energy. It's the new year. It's from water element to fire element. Like there's a lot going on. But I felt like it's more than that. I felt like it's a bigger shift that's happening than just like moving from like the end of the year to the new year. I felt like no, it's something historical. So I think like you exactly put the right words on it. It's like we're really shifting out of the Pisces era, which
Yeah.
is huge,
Yep.
huge. Um,
Yeah.
and plus we had the Mercury retrograde in Pisces, right? So
That was fun. It's been fun.
always fun. And like talking about Mercury retrograde, we're having a sort of a connection issue. So if you see Mega or I foggy or freeze, it's part of the Mercury retrograde deal. We're working with it at the moment.
Yes.
um, okay, so we're going to talk about three major elements that's happening this week that's going to help us shift, change gears, shift
Mhm.
into brand new energies. And I think everybody's going to be very happy to leave the old behind, the old energies behind, like whatever's been coming up for you to heal um, behind. But just before we do so, I wanted also to make sure that everybody's subscribed to Maison Jupiter, my channel over here on YouTube, and also Meg's amazing YouTube channel, so Meg Moonbeam. And you're going to see this is a collaboration video, so make sure you are subscribed to Meg and I channels. And also do make sure you like this video because it helps Meg and I expand our channels and reach more people with the important astrology messages that we have for you guys.
Mhm.
Um, anything you wanted to say, Meg, before we talk about the new moon?
I don't think so.
Well, let's go. So talking about
Yeah.
Pisces, the end of the Pisces era, the end of the Mercury retrograde, we'll still have one big, let's say, event in the
Mhm.
sign of Pisces, which is going to be the new moon in Pisces that takes place on March 18th. So on the day of that, we're putting this video out. Um, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Uh, sure. I can start.
Go ahead, go ahead.
It's really interesting because as we astrologers do, we look really forward into the future. And Julie and I have looked at the whole year ahead and even next 2 years ahead. And the Gregorian year of 2026, actually our astrological natural year of March 20th, 2026 to March 20th, 2027, most of the lunations are really freaking intense. Did you notice that, Julie? Like,
Yes.
holy crap. So, and in my personal astrological opinion, I think there's only 3 new moons of this astrological, and of course, this is still in the old year because it's March 18th before March 20th, but still affecting the new year ahead, right? Because it's in the portal of it. There's only 3 that I thought, looking at the astrological year to come, that these are actually good new moons to be manifest. Like, so this new moon in Pisces, and those 3 are, I have it written down. I'll look at it when you talk, I'll look at it and I'll give the dates, but I know one of them is the new moon in Gemini. Um,
Yeah, and
can
I
you
made also like a big document for the workshop that I'm going to be talking about with the new moon, the full moon, and
Okay, so
the
you've got all
eclipses.
that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're so right. Like, there's not a lot that we can say, like, oh, yeah, it's great for manifesting. It's going to be super positive. Like, every time I had like a little lightning bolt in my emoji codes or something like really intense that's happening, you're so right about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll get those dates for you guys, but this new moon in Pisces, I actually love it. I love it overall. I think it's really positive and magical overall. 2 days before astrological new year, new beginnings, new moon. So this is a very powerful new moon to set our intentions for the year ahead. And,
Mm.
Pisces rules many different things in astrology, but one of them being our dreams, right? Pisces has to do with our dreams, our wishes, our fantasies, fulfillments. One of the signs that rules over that. So this is an amazing new moon to be visualizing. Pisces is visualizing, doing spiritual or creative practice to seed our dreams at this time and believe in ourselves. I love that we have Jupiter direct the traditional dispositor, is now direct as of March 10th. So Jupiter's direct, the modern ruler. Neptune is direct. Jupiter is in an exact square to Venus, which is a square, but I feel like can be positive at the same time
Yep.
because it's the two benefics. Jupiter trine Mars. So actually, I like the aspects with Jupiter. Neptune conjunct Saturn. Interesting. I've been noticing, Julie, and we might have talked about this in our last collaboration video that we've done together, but I've really been noticing the lunations and their chart. Like, it's not just for the portal of that new moon or full moon, the 3 days before, 3 days after. I can see it play out the whole next well, of course, 6 months, but the next month in particular after. Do you notice
Yeah.
that?
I think, yeah. You're absolutely
Like, very
correct about that.
strong. Very strong. So with that Neptune conjunct Saturn, intense, they're still within a strong 2-degree orb, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, at the time of the new moon. What are they at? They're at,
Yeah.
Neptune at 1 Aries, Saturn at 3 Aries. We had that exact grand conjunction on February 20th. This is continued dissolving of leaders, systems, and structures. And now, even though we're in Pisces season when this new moon happens, we're still in the energy of it for a lot of Aries season. I think we're going to have, and we've been talking about this for a while, huge changes to leaders and politicians, Saturn. And one's possibly dissolving or losing their power, or the idealism, Neptune, or fantasy that we've been putting on certain individuals ending. And once we go into that freaking Aries season starting on Friday, let's go. This is like clarity coming in. Thank God. This is one of the reasons, you guys, where Julie and I are so excited about us going into Aries and getting out of this Pisces, is because we're going to really, as a collective, see things very clearly for what it is. Very much so. Right? So I love that. I think that'll be within the fallout of this new moon as well. Interesting, too, that this new moon is conjunct the Chiron of Canada within 2 degrees and conjunct Mark Carney's son, the Prime Minister of Canada, who, by the way, has gnarly astrological aspects right now. So I think at the time of the new moon this week, but also the next month, we're going to have some sort of major change, revolution, could be revolution. I meant to say revelation.
Revolution slash revelation.
Revolution slash revelation. Here we go. Pisces is like the secrets, what's been done behind the scenes. I think there's going to be more things revealed about Mark Carney, and things are going to take a turn for him within the next month.
Yeah, also Neptune Pisces rule propaganda. So any kind of mass, marketing, communication operation that stems from lie can be exposed also. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So those are the things really kind of stepping out for me with it. I think we're still in that, like, until Friday when we enter Aries season in the astrological new year, because it's not 20, it's 28 degrees, which is a Cancer degree, but it's still kind of a critical degree. It's that second last degree. So it is kind of at a critical spot. This is a very sacred week, this new moon time, before we go into the Aries season, of embracing the Pisces still, right? It's still the end of the season. Mercury is still retrograde until March 20th. So being in the rest, being in the relaxation, being in your creativity and your spiritual practice, very powerful time for that right now.
Yeah, and I feel like we're in between two worlds, like you see how, like, as you said, it's the 2 last degrees of Pisces, the moon and the sun, the new moon is there. But then we also have conjunct those planets at the beginning of Aries. So it's like we have 1 foot in the old, 1 foot in the new, and Mercury is still retrograde at the time of this lunation. But it's with the North Node. It's already stationing to go, ready to go direct as of Friday, as we're having the Aries Equinox. So it's like it's retrograde, but yet we can get like glimpses of the future, or glimpses of what's going to happen, or like light bulb moments of clarity, which I think clarity is going to come later, as you said, like with Aries season as of Friday. Like I think you're totally right. Like we still need to embrace Pisces season, and it's going to be the last days of Pisces season.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think like you described it really, really well. I want to add to that. This is, first of all, the first lunation that we're having since we had the eclipses in Aquarius and Virgo. So it also comes like as I want to say it's part of the series because we're not yet out of eclipse season as far as like their influence. And I feel like the last lunar eclipse in Virgo that we had on March 3rd, let's say, showed or revealed a lot of things that we still have to heal.
Mm.
Virgo, or things that we have to let go, or things that we're holding on to that is not necessarily, let's say, that is not going to accompany us into this next cycle. And then I feel like this new moon in Pisces is helping us in liberating ourselves, healing ourselves. So it's like we had the diagnostic earlier, and now this is the treatment. The healing treatment starts at this new moon in Pisces. So I feel there's a lot of goodness to be revealed, especially with that Mercury retrograde on the North Node. Maybe more also of the past because Mercury is still retrograde there. But it's like, again, it's like we're having one foot in the past, Mercury retrograde, but one foot in the future, North Node, right?
Mhm.
And as you said, like, I think it's really well said to say that we have to connect with our spirituality, with our intuition, with the dream realm. I think we're going to be able to channel a lot of guidance for this next path, for this next year. I think we're going to download a lot of important information at this new moon in Pisces. And also, you said visualize, which I think is very on point because I think it's like we get to decide what we want to manifest, and we get to hold this space by visualizing what we really want to manifest for this next cycle. Because like it's conjuncting Neptune and Saturn that just moved into Aries. So it's like manifesting our dreams into reality. And now this new moon in Pisces is like giving us the opportunity to fully like have it as, let's say, a visual in our minds in order to be able to bring it to light later on.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I wrote also in my notes needing to sleep, rest, recharge, healing medicine of water, isolation, introspection, which is all like the medicine of Pisces, and let go and let God, which is also like having faith in the universe, which I think is oftentimes testing us, but I think it's part of this new moon in Pisces. And you mentioned also the square between Jupiter and Venus, which is exact at the time of this new
Mm.
moon, which is interesting. But like you said, I don't think it's going to be that bad. Like, of course, we have to be wary for like overindulging, overspending, over exaggerated optimism. But I think it can also bring like dreaming bigger, like allowing ourselves to want better things that we've wanted at the beginning. So it's like, oh, I was going for manifesting, let's say $1,000 in my bank account. And now I'm like, okay, let's go for 10,000,
Right.
anything. I think it's like a cosmic yes, basically, of like expecting more out of life and allowing ourselves to dream bigger. Do you agree
Mhm.
with that?
I absolutely agree with that. And, Pisces is interesting because it is kind of a passive astrological sign. I've been hearing that word the whole past week thinking about Pisces, like the word passive, where yes, we need to be action oriented. Yes, we need to be doers. And we're very much stepping into that energy as we're going to talk about in this astrological new year. And we need to do things and be in our confidence and boundaries. But it's interesting that that last sign in astrology, Pisces, it's the water, it's the fish. So it's about going with the flow. It's a mutable sign. It's about being open to change. Like you're saying, the dream's getting bigger. Oh, maybe I didn't see that totally clearly, or oh, maybe that could actually go into a bigger place, right? So Or, oh, I maybe didn't see that option. Like, actually, even when Mercury is retrograde, and Julie and I were talking about this yesterday, there's huge insights that can come through. Even though Mercury retrograde and Mercury at detriment in Pisces, there's blessings that come through every transit, even if it is like a challenging transit overall. And I think paying attention to the spiritual insights, the signs, the synchronicities, the dreams, the themes, your feelings about things. And with that North Node conjunct Mercury, I'm so happy that you brought that up, Julie. It's like a part of this, it feels like this blessing of this new moon in Pisces is clear spiritual guidance on our dreams, right?
Mm.
So, like for me right now, I'm back in Alberta. I'm staying at my friend's house and I'm continuing my house hunting search. I'm going to be paying attention to the numbers, the signs, the synchronicities, what people are telling me, right? Not just basing it off of the total mundane decision. This is a very
Yeah.
spiritual time. Let me pull cards on that. Let me wait to make that decision. Let me be Pisces. Let me take my time with things. And actually, when we go more into that feminine Pisces side, it allows us to receive more clarity, receive more blessings, receive more relaxation. When your body is relaxed, you are able to upgrade more, right? When you're all tightened up and trying to over control everything, opposite of Pisces, Virgo, opposite sign. Shout out to all our Virgos out there, right? That can be part of the challenge of Virgo, like the need, our South Node in Virgo right now, over control,
Yeah.
over details. Things don't flow. Pisces. So we have to have the balance between the two. When do we be in that very Virgo detail oriented way, pay attention to things, but also be balanced in the flow? Does that make sense how I'm explaining that, Julie? I'm just feeling that really
Uh,
strong.
oh yeah, I feel like you're giving like golden nuggets right now because it's exactly what I've been experiencing lately. And I did like a guided meditation here in Dominican Republic with like a spiritual teacher recently. And like the big message I received is like you need to let go of control. Like you need to learn how to flow through this inner death and rebirth that you're experiencing right now. And I was like, letting go, you know, not my cup of tea usually, but it's like I've been really trying to dive into that energy of letting go of outcomes, letting go of expectations, letting go of attachments. And I've been struggling really hard, to be honest. I have
Mm,
almost like no water in my chart. Um, I'm all like fire and earth. So it's been really testing me. But at the same time, I feel like it's so important, like you're saying, like this is when we are putting ourselves in a position to receive guidance, receive upgrades, receive abundance. um it's not when we're always doing, like we're not allowing ourselves to receive. So I feel like, wow, what you just said was everything.
yeah, and you and I, Julie, we both got that, earth connection because you got the beautiful Virgo sun. I've got my moon in Capricorn, Taurus rising. So Julie and I, we have that similarity where we could go, 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 go if we absolutely have to,
Yeah.
but it's actually not healthy. It's not healthy. And sorry, my phone is going off. Let me turn that off. Mercury retrograde. Um, That's something that this past astrological year, that's one of my personal things that I'm working through processing and letting go of this need to every freaking second just go, 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 next thing, go, go. It's not natural. There needs to be the ebb and the flow. There needs to be the masculine aspect and the feminine. And you guys, this astrological year, as we're going to be talking about, there is so much fire. There is so much air. Things are going to completely change this astrological year where we are going to be more energized, I think, unless you let yourself burn out, which could happen with the fire horse energy plus everything going on. But overall, I think a lot of us will feel more energized and grounded, but there's going to be shifts to where we have to be taking more action, and maybe we'll get into what exactly that is. Like, I think we're going to have to be going back to basics more in certain
Mm.
aspects with some of the things that are going on. We're stepping into a time this astrological year, I think, Julie, and I'm curious to hear if this resonates with you, but where there's not going to be as much time for like really deep rest
Uh-huh.
that's been available to us. And thank God, as we talked about when we did our 2026 predictions video for the Gregorian year, 2026, that we talked about, thank you, universe, that all the Mercury retrogrades this year in water signs, okay? So we're ending one right now, Mercury retrograde in Pisces. The next one, Mercury retrograde in Cancer from end of June to beginning in mid-July. And then the next one, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, October, November. These are the portals for us to be more in that receptivity and that deep rest. But other than that,
It's like go, go, go.
it is a go, go, go energy.
I love that you bring that up, Meg, because it's making this particular new moon in Pisces so much more important
Yeah.
to be able to have like the luxury, or to give ourselves the opportunity rather, to just relax and take it easy, because and to have a clear direction also, because like when you're in action mode but you don't even see like you don't have a higher perspective of where you're going, or a clearer direction of what you're trying to achieve long term, like you're going to waste your time and your efforts and your energy.
Yeah.
So it's like you need this pull back, you need to recharge, you need to have a clearer connection with your higher self, with your guides, with your life mission, with your purpose, in order to have like this sort of inspired action, or this sort of plan. Because after that, like as you're saying, it's go, go, go. So we won't have that time. So this makes this new moon in Pisces like so much more sacred.
Totally agree with you. And it's not that we can't have any rest at all this astrological year, but it's interesting. I'm hearing from spirit, it's almost like, and I don't know if you just said this word reset, but I'm hearing the word reset, that this new moon gives an opportunity for a reset of just stop.
Mm.
Stop what you're freaking doing. Okay. Stop. Literally just maybe take an hour where you're lying down or sitting down and you're just not even doing anything. Have that reset so that you can prepare for this astrological new year, which is going to be freaking wild. What is during this new year to come your spiritual practice or nourishment that is going to help you through this time? Also, I think that this is also a powerful new moon to like set an intention of, okay, for me, that is, the first hour that I'm up, I'm not looking at my phone and I go get some fresh air. Or for me, whatever it is, we all have different things that nourishes us and is a practice. I think that it's very important to have some sort of practice and discipline set or reset or reconfigured going into this astrological new year as well.
Mm.
And this is a great
Yeah.
opportunity for that, right? And like feeling into your body, if you're already doing something every day or however often, is that actually something that feels good to you? Or is that something that you're just doing because somebody else does it or somebody else told you you should do that? Right? I always give the example of like meditation ruled by Pisces. Some spiritual people say out there, oh, you have to, as soon as you wake up every day, you have to meditate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's for some people. We're all completely different people with completely different energies and skill sets,
And
right?
we go through phases,
Yeah,
like we're cyclical beings too.
yeah. So I feel like that's important too. What is the thing that is going to be your anchor, your practice, or your discipline during this period where it is happening? It's going down, and not in a negative way. This is where things change that we've been waiting for to change. And I think it's going to be a strike of lightning as soon as the Aries season starts, because isn't it 6 planets in Aries and then
Yeah.
we're leading with the moon in Aries. Interesting. The moon will be in Aries. Sun ingresses into Aries. 5 planets with the moon too.
Oh my
So
gosh.
sorry if I'm getting ahead of ourselves here, but yeah.
Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, I just want to bounce back quickly on what you just said. Two things. Like we were talking about like this sacred pause before it gets
Yeah.
very busy with the Aries season. And honestly, this has been like my big lesson of the beginning of the year. I thought I was going to just take like 2 weeks off and then be like go go go, but universe said like like you need a bigger pause and you need to like this is a bigger like inner transformation that I've been going through that I initially thought it would be. And also I feel like my guides made sure that I was here while this transformation happened so I could be really connected with Mother Earth, with myself. Like I could be sort of in this cocoon of creation. So
Mhm.
for me, I feel that very strongly. And sometimes, although you have plans in your mind of how you want things to be and like your own timeline of things, like the universe says, no, like this is not how it's going to happen. So I feel like this resonates a lot. And the other thing I wanted to add on this new moon is that I feel we're going to get a lot of guidance about what we've outgrown and belongs to the past cycle and what is coming with us in this next cycle. So I'm feeling that very strongly, especially with Mercury retrograde that's on the North Node at the time of the new moon. It's at the last degrees of Pisces, which is like the degrees of higher wisdom, of connection to God, to source, to universe. So I feel like we're going to get some clarity about like what should be left behind, which is the sign of endings. Um, I know like personally I've had some blockages before or preconceptions of like things, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that, or this isn't possible for me. And now it's like I'm opening my mind to like, as you said, maybe other possibilities. Maybe this is going to be possible. But I feel like in the coming days, and then once we get into the Aries Equinox Mercury direct, this will get even clearer. Like, oh,
Mhm.
this belongs to a past cycle. This is something that I want to continue working on in this next cycle. I think the transition and what we're leaving behind, what we're bringing with us is going to be very clear.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so you talked a little bit about the 6 planets we're going to have in Aries. So this is going to be obviously a huge shift. So just before we talk about the Aries equinox, I wanted to touch upon, first of all, um, let me get that here, an offering that you have for us, Meg.
Yeah.
Uh, so you're going to be giving an astrology advanced course in April.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm so excited. So, I already have astrology level 2 that was with another platform that's no longer available. So, I'm doing my own astrology advanced course, updated. So, going to go over all the same things, and this is going to be live for a whole week from Monday, April 13th to Friday, April 17th, where we have all those freaking planets in Aries. It's going to include what was in the other course, which is on house systems, degrees, interceptions, all aspects. But it's also going to include now the nodes of the moon, which is extremely important in
Hmm,
astrology, more in depth on that, where
I
we've
love
come
that.
from, our purpose, and transits, basics, and application. So super excited. I do recommend astrology beginners course, or Julie and I have a course that some of you guys have already done. There's also another astrology beginners on my website too. So I do recommend like beginners foundational astrology knowledge before this, but also if you're just really interested in astrology and you want to take part, you can. And I'm offering a 50% discount code right now from now until April 17th, which is advanced 50. There's unlimited replay access if you're not able to join in all those days in that week. So it'll be live at 12 p.m. Eastern, and over 250 pages of my personal notes as well.
Wow.
Not AI. Okay. We're not AI astrologers. Yes, it's an AI picture. Yenzi and I have fun with the AI pictures and helps us with our business in certain ways, which I'm grateful for that. But Julie and I are not AI astrologers like some people.
No, we're going with our feelings, our
Yeah.
intuition, and our knowledge. Wow, this
Yeah.
looks amazing, Meg. And of course, if you'd like to join Meg, either live or on replay, and I love the fact that they can watch and rewatch the classes because it's a wealth of knowledge. I'm
Right.
sure like you're gonna give like so much information in that course. So it's going to be, you're going to be able to review those classes if you need them. And the link is down below. The code is also down below. So click on the link below if you're interested in that. And I just want to quickly also talk about what I'm going to be doing very soon. So as of now, I just launched a new workshop, which is called the Lunar Timing Method. So I've had a lot of demands in the past year on how to understand like how the lunar, the new moons, the full moon, the eclipses activate your own birth chart. So this is a quick workshop that we're going to do here on tracking all of the lunar events in your birth chart, so very personalized, and decoding all of the new moons, the full moon, the eclipses. So I described all of those lunations for this astrological new year, so for March 2026 until March of 2027. So that took me a while. So you're going to have this downloadable, beautiful downloadable document with also a journal, so you can work with it with your own birth chart, and a lot of classes in order to understand like how your birth chart will be activated throughout the year and also make predictions. So this is going to be super fun. And I have a 20% off with the code MOON20 until April 1st. And we finished the workshop with a live Q&A to celebrate the first lunation of the new astrological year. So I'm super excited about that.
Oh
and if you'd like to join me, of course, the link will also be down below. So Meg and I, new courses are available in the link down below.
I'm going to sign up for your lunar freaking timing workshop, Julie. That sounds amazing. You went through all lunations. That's a lot of work.
Yes. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. And like you were totally correct when you said like the lunations of this new astrological year are very intense. Like I've seen T-squares everywhere. A lot of them activated by Uranus, Pluto. I was just like, what the heck is going on? So I think it's going to also to be like a very important year to track it through your birth chart, to like journal, to be like, oh, this is going to activate this planet of mine. This is going to activate this house. So you'll have also a better idea of what's coming for you.
I love that. That's so helpful for people, Julie. And can I just mention that my friend that I'm staying with here and my other friend that traveled with me where I'm in Alberta, we were just talking about another synchronicity, the lunations of this astrological year. And I said, yeah, so interesting. I think it's the one May 25th or whenever it is, the new moon in Taurus is going to be conjunct Algol. Okay, that's a whole other thing. But like, what the heck? Like just very, very intense lunations, every single one of them. Well, most like 90% of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a year of like forward momentum, but also, you know, like what is it, the word that I'm looking for? Going through like obstacles and challenges, but like full speed ahead.
Chariot mode.
Chariot mode. Okay, let's now talk about this spring equinox for the Northern Hemisphere, which is the fall equinox, sorry. I was messed up in my seasons. Here in Dominican Republic, it's always the same season. So, but for everybody, it's the Aries Equinox. So we're going to call it the Aries Equinox. And it's the start of the new astrological year. So, Meg, what are you feeling about this astrology new year? What do you feel about March 20th, about like the end of March? Anything you want to share here?
There's a lot. You mentioned already the huge energetic shift. Huge. So we're coming out of a Pisces season with, Mercury retrograde in Pisces. We've been going through these eclipses in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, just like all this Pisces too. an Aries season where the chart for the astrological new year, very interesting, 6-planet stellium in Aries. So in astrology, we can actually look at the chart of the beginning of something. Well, one of the words I use is ingress chart, right? The ingress chart for this astrological new year is the chart for our whole year, right? We're under
Yeah.
the influence of this. So not just the sun entering Aries, the moon is there too, Neptune, Saturn, Venus, Chiron. So Aries, moving forward, action, pioneering energy, new beginnings, building. Aries has to do with building. Men, divine masculine, can be conflict. Conflict's coming up to the surface. Okay, it's in the astrology, you guys. So I don't want there to be a world war. I think we've already been in a world war, a psychological war, a World War III for a very long time, for our whole freaking lives, a spiritual war. But I'm feeling universe say right now, like, let's look at this Aries, because I know a lot of people, right, Julie, are freaked out by the amount of Aries that we're stepping into with this astrological new year that's in the chart for the year, the 7-planet stellium, April 15th to 17th, that we're going to have with the new moon in Aries. Let's look at this as, okay, yes, there's going to be conflict, okay, because it's just so much Aries. Yes, there's going to be anger and frustration and intensity, but it's time for this to come to the surface now. It's time for us to let it come up. We're out of the Pisces. Okay. So for me, I mean, there's so much to say with this, and I don't want to go on too long, but just one of the really important things that I feel to say is anger is going to come up. Frustration is going to come up. Intense emotions are going to come up for most of us. Maybe not for everybody, but I think for most of us. And a lot of us have already felt this, especially if you're in the awake community, right? Because we've been poisoned by so many different directions. We've been lied to since we were children in so many different ways. But as we get more clarity, Aries is one of the signs that has to do with clarity. I associate that with astrology this year. And Saturn sextile Pluto, we're leading up to that exact Saturn Pluto. So those two malefics in positive aspect, it's not all going to fall apart. This is not the end of the world. This is not a, what's the right word?
Apocalypse.
Yes. It's not an apocalypse in the way that Hollywood has brainwashed us of, oh, it's all falling apart and we're all going to starve and die. No, it's an apocalypse of awakening. An apocalypse in its root word means truth's coming to the surface. But okay, the conflict's going to come up. The anger and frustration is going to come up. But this is good because we have been lied to. Our power has been taken away. And let's be in the highest expression of this. Let's channel our energy coming back to us, our power coming back to us, Aries. If there is anger, frustration, in creativity, manifestation, starting exercise, taking care of our health, building something, being a badass, we can actually work with this in a very powerful way. So that's something that's coming up very strong for me with this energy.
Can I add something right there?
Yes,
Because I don't want to
yes,
forget it. It's so interesting what you're saying.
yeah.
It made me think about, like, I've started a therapy. I've talked about it a lot last year, but it's also brought to light for me that a lot of people repress, and myself included, repress anger. We used to repress a lot of anger because we've learned that this is not a socially acceptable emotion, but actually healthy anger is actually very healing. And it's also part of your process of becoming an individual, of standing up for yourself, of living in your truth, of setting healthy boundaries. So if you repress your anger, you're never going to be able to set healthy boundaries. And of course, we're not talking about violently expressing anger. We're talking about healthy forms of anger expression, and they exist. And sports can also be one of them, martial arts, for instance, or whatever. And I've, like, connected with that emotion for probably the first time in my life since my teenagehood recently. And I think like collectively it's also something that we're going to learn, because like you said, like we've been lied to, we've been oppressed. And if we're not feeling that sacred anger, we're never
Mhm.
going to be able to say stop, no, which is also Saturn in Aries. That
Mhm.
sacred no, that sacred boundaries that we're putting, standing up for ourselves, like not accepting anything.
Mhm.
Um, anything you want to add before I talk about the second thing?
I love that. I love that you've just brought that up because it's so easy to look at the chart of this astrological new year and this Aries season and just go, "Oh, World War III is gonna start. We're all gonna go in a con." Okay, that's a possibility, but actually we change the worlds ourselves. If we tune into that inner warrior, our inner Jedi, our inner anger and frustration, which I'm just going to say, and some of you guys might not resonate. I think we all probably have some inner anger and frustration that needs to be come out because we've incarnated onto this world in this dark control system that's really messed up. Okay. So, like connecting to that, Julie, like you said, bringing that up in healthy ways, processing through that to then transmute into healthy boundaries, taking your power back, having clarity, feeling more energy, like it'll affect your whole life more positively. Also, what I wanted to add to that, the moon in Aries, 20 degrees, Scorpio degree. Okay. So this is intense. This could be throughout this astrological year, like out of nowhere there could be very intense possible feelings and emotions coming up. Scorpio. Or triggers, Moon conjunct Chiron, double
Mm.
Aries, because it's
Oh
in
yeah.
Aries at an Aries degree. So I just feel like healing work this year around our power, our anger, our frustration, taking our power back, boundaries, all this stuff, like is very important this astrological year. And yes, we can see heightened conflict, heightened people butting heads coming to the surface. Oh, there's fireworks going on. But I'm feeling really strongly it's a good thing. Okay. And that may sound weird for me to say because sometimes when there's conflict, there's death and there's horrible things that happen. But in the overall, it's like this energy needs to come up so that we can heal and move forward, is
Yes.
what I'm feeling. Because as you said, so much has been repressed. And I'm not calling for violence. It's not about violence. I'm not calling for violence. I'm just saying we need
It's about
to
healthy forms of expressing it.
healthy
Yeah.
form. We need to face our inner Aries here. And I think it's important to see where we have Aries in each of our charts because I'm just feeling too intuitively like for each of us, this has maybe been a repressed area because Aries has been a very repressed archetype in the matrix because it
Yeah.
is the warrior in our boundaries and the divine masculine,
I was going to say the divine masculine has been very much repressed,
right? Yeah.
tempered down.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And also, I want to add the fact that Mars, the ruler of Aries, is in Pisces for the Aries equinox. Um, and Mars' position has nothing to do with the sun, so it could be with in any of the signs. So I think it's very telling also of this year coming. Mars in Pisces, I think it's also about like learning to channel this raw energy that we have into a greater cause, into like thinking about others, into serving the universe, serving a bigger purpose. I think it's also about like thinking, acting as a spiritual warrior, also for the collectives, like having other people in mind, charities, greater causes. Um, and also, I think it's a big activation of our life mission. It's close to the North Node. Um, it's like this kind of inspired action, like using this raw energy in order to serve a bigger purpose, is what I'm feeling, if that makes sense.
That makes total sense. Total sense.
Uh, Also, like it can be also blockages from the past that are being removed. Like we're letting go, we're shedding a lot of things. Although, like there's this huge stellium in Aries at the moment of the spring equinox, Aries equinox rather. The ruler is in Pisces, so we're like, um, we're there's still a lot of dissolution. And also, I guess it could also be like the end of a lot of violence, which you kind of alluded to. You said like it's not necessarily going to be World War III, or like, of course, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to predict that, oh, okay, hell's going to break loose. But I think it could also go the other way and be like, you know what? Let's put that down. And Pisces is this dissolution, coming back to one. So I think there is also a good course of action that could be taken this year.
Definitely. Yeah, and it's interesting too that Mars in Pisces, as you're talking about, trine Jupiter, exalted in Cancer. So that's a
Mm,
big divine there's a lot of in this chart to me, divine protection. There's a lot
wow.
of divine protection. Mars trine Lilith as well. We were talking Julie and I were talking about Lilith yesterday. And, Aries is also our energy, like it's the foundational sign. What we do with our energy is sacred. I think a lot of people we're gonna feel more energized, maybe even more sexual, creative, feeling creativity coming back, feeling, because we've been through so much, in particular in recent years. I've been hearing from a lot of clients and friends, a lot of people have not felt sexual or creative or energized, and that's that primal Aries energy, right? Mars. So I think for a lot of us, that's coming back, and we need to be mindful. Where are we going to put that? Put it in a healthy place. We got to watch
In a
out for the
creation, yeah, a creational place,
yeah,
something that serves your highest call,
yeah.
highest purpose.
And I would definitely say this year, watch out for impulsivity, being
Hmm.
overly impulsive. Things are going to be moving fast, especially once Uranus ingresses into Gemini, April 25th. But things are moving forward, and just, watch out for that impulsiveness that can come with very strong Aries energy too, right? Like, oh, that
Yeah,
partner seems great. I'm all of it. Oh my God, my Kundalini's going crazy. I'm just going to go. And then the next day you're like, oh, actually, no,
maybe not.
you know, maybe not. Oh,
That's so funny. Yeah, I wrote in my notes, where is it? Yeah, that the fire element will be very much activated, also the air element,
yeah.
but it's a lot of drive, passion, inspiration, creativity. And that needs to serve a higher purpose. Mars in Pisces, right?
Mhm.
The other thing I wanted to touch upon is the fact that, and I think it's truly magical that this year we're having the Aries equinox on the same day as Mercury turns direct on the North Node. So to me, this is magical, magical, magical stuff happening here. Um, and if we're looking at Eastern time, where I am right now, Mercury is moving direct on the North Node at 3:33 p.m. Eastern time. Okay.
Whoa.
And three is like the number of communication and numerology. It's like movement, options. I hope you can hear me well because there's a lot of
Your
noises
sound is
here.
good. Your sound is
Okay.
good. Yeah.
So I'm feeling like with this 3332, like communication is moving forward in a big, big way, but also divinely orchestrated way with the North Node, because we know that whenever the North Node or the South Node are involved in like important astrology, like it is at the
Mhm.
moment,
Mhm.
destiny is involved, the universe is involved. Like there's a fated component to whatever is happening. And like the communication factor is going to be very much activated with this Aries equinox. Like you mentioned clarity, earlier. And also I feel like since it's in Pisces, all of what we have been working on lately, all of what we have been integrating lately with the Pisces season, healing, transmuting, is now ready to bear fruits. As we're getting into this new cycle, like we're finally seeing like why we had to go over all of those challenges, experiences, healing journeys. It's like, oh, it all makes sense now. It's all clicking. I understand why I had to go through that. And it's not only bearing fruits, but I feel like it's catapulting us into the next chapter of our evolution, because Mercury's direct on the north node. So it's like, like we're not going by train or by car. We're going with, like a jet, whatever goes the fastest.
Yeah. So true.
Go ahead. Anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I love what you just said. Totally. And all planets direct.
Yeah,
Oh
for
my
a short period of
God.
time.
So March 20th to May 6th, all planets direct at the start of this astrological year.
So this is
Love it.
unusual for people that are unsure of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Very unusual.
Like, let's go. We're moving forward. Where you can make the change. You can take that next step. You can launch something. You can start something new. Like, it's, yes. I think a breath of fresh air, but also going to be trippy because I think a lot is going to happen in a very short period of time for each of us personally and as a collective. Aries season, Taurus season in particular, this start of this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah. And also like let's not forget important conversation. Healing conversations taking place in Pisces. Also important information coming to us. I think there's going to be like a wealth of information that we need to confront at this time, maybe, and a lot of clarity. And I think this is what we need the most at the moment. I think this Pisces season has been good at helping us direct our energy inwards and to tune in with our intuition more and to get in touch with our spiritual selves, divine selves. But now it's like, okay, we need to be able to make that function in the 3D world, in our day-to-day reality. And now we really need outer guidance as well. So I think this is when it starts to happen on March 20th, that we get this clarity and we have some kind of plan, or at least clear idea of where we're going.
Yes.
Whew. Well, personally, I can't wait for that Mercury to turn direct. It's been a journey. I've postponed 2 or 3 times my return flight because I was not ready to leave here. There's been a lot of change of plan, a lot of things that were also like weird situations that I wasn't able to really see through clearly. And like, I'm really looking forward to that Aries Equinox with Mercury direct in order to get clarity, and also on the future because it's the North Node. So it's like I have all those ideas and plans of possibilities that just open up to me. And now I'm like waiting for clarity in order to discern what's going to be good for me.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Meg? Like, how have you been feeling with that Mercury retrograde?
Well, we know about it. We know that there's certain things that it's not the best time to do. I have been traveling throughout this retrograde, which has been very interesting and fun. And there has been some delays and funky stuff coming on, but that goes with the territory. But Jens and I had a very interesting experience 2 weeks ago. I was in Alberta, where I am right now, and we almost decided on a house. But it was Mercury pre-shadow, but it was like this whole fantasy of actually something connected to our past lives. It's a long story long, but there was an area where we were like, "Oh, this is it. We're totally set." But there's certain it was on a reservation. I'll just say that. Native reservation, which we feel, and we learned that the native tribe on that reservation is the same people's, like the same tribe as in there is in Arizona, where we feel very connected to. So there's like a whole, it was like Mercury retrograde in Pisces, like we were going to make a decision based on the past, based on a fantasy, based on a past life. But then luckily we tuned in and we were like, okay, come on, it's a Mercury retrograde in Pisces. This is not actually, like, it just seemed too good to be true too. I've noticed that with this, there's like certain things that have been a little bit too good to be true, and you got to watch out for that. Because there's always positive and negative to everything, right? So we came back down to earth and we were like, no, we're continuing the search. There's certain things that we're about, if we did buy a home in that reservation, that just wouldn't have made sense for us at all based on where we're at. So we're like taking the time with it. We're continuing. And yeah, I'm happy that we paused Pisces and we talked and we reflected. And yeah, it's brought up, people from the past have come up for me too. Multiple people from the past. Very healing conversations, very healing things. And I actually had a breakthrough with a certain situation where during this Mercury retrograde in Pisces, it was the first time I wasn't like, I've come into a new chapter with a certain situation where it no longer bothers me as much. So there's been a lot of healing of the past. And I love you that you brought that up too, with the North Node conjunct Mercury at the time of the new moon or the new year, because there is still the past that we're processing, because there's just been so much that we've gone through, so much that's still not revealed. So like I see that too, what you just said of the North Node conjunct Mercury and Pisces, information from the past coming up that we have to heal from. This is a continued theme. But thank God, as we've talked about, the clarity is coming more with the energies of this year. All this fire, all this air, the outer planets in places they like to be more. So I feel like overall, this astrological new year we're stepping into, what a blessing to be alive. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And also I feel like you were sharing about like the house that you were interested in. I think within this whole like Pisces illusion slash like too good to be true situation, I think there's stuff that still has to be like, that's still relevant or important to what you will experience later, but not exactly maybe the idea, like the specific house or the specific idea. I think there's some elements or things that maybe lit up like a light bulb. Oh, maybe this is something that I would like. Maybe this works, but not the entire package as it's been presenting to me during this Mercury retrograde, right? So I think like we're all sort of experiencing something like that, where like we're not throwing it all away, but there's some elements that were important for us to acknowledge, but like we don't have clarity yet about what it's going to look like.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'll just pull cards to get the best guidance if you feel like that, and then we can do a little intention setting.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's ask about, should we ask about the new moon in Pisces or the equinox, or both?
Let's do both.
Let's do both.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is our best guidance for, let's say, March 18, like this whole week? Let's go ahead with the new moon.
Sorry, Julie, can I just say before you do that, I want to say thank you so much to MJ out there, our friend MJ, who gifted me your deck. So I have a copy.
Thank you so much.
And it's beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I know you worked a really long time on that, Julie. You've been working on that for like freaking years. You did an amazing job with your oracle deck. So
Oh,
you guys that have not seen that oracle deck, go check it out.
thank you so much, Meg. And thank you so much, MJ. Love you. This is so nice of you. I wanted to send one to Meg, but I'm not home yet. But I will be very soon to ship out those babies. So thank you so much, MJ. Appreciate it. And thank you, Meg, for saying that.
Yeah.
I honestly, like, I didn't bring a lot of decks here, and I've been here for 2 months, a little over 2 months. I have my tarot deck. I have this oracle deck, and it's pretty much all I use. And I've started to work with it even more. And I'm like, this really works. Like, the messages that come out of those cards are for real. So let's pull cards about the best guidance for this week for everybody watching this video. What's the best guidance for this week, please? Okay. I'm laughing, and I'm going to pull another one. So we have the lunar eclipse karmic ending, end of a learning experience card, which is very fitting.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's talking about letting go of the past, letting go of a karmic situation, of a karmic learning situation that we've been in. And we're all letting go of some kind of things that's attached either to our past or to our past lives, or something that we keep repeating in our life. And it's finally leaving our experience. So we're finally able to move on and to heal this week. So it's allowing us to release and heal a lot. And then another card, please, for the best guidance for this week. What's the best guidance for this week? Okay. Oh. And then we have my lightning card, which is the Oya card that says unpredictable changes are on the horizon. Okay. Let me read the description for that one. So I guess it's going to talk about the whole stellium in Aries.
We both mentioned lightning in this video so far.
Did we? I feel like sometimes we channel so much, like we don't really talk about like theory, like we channel a lot intuitively. So sometimes I even forget. Okay, it says shock, surprises, unpredictability, changes, breakdown, breakthrough, disruption, ruled by Uranus. So Oya is the African goddess of storms, winds, and lightning, and the warrior queen of change, transformation, and transition between life and death. She holds the power of unpredictability of nature. She controls the sacred gates of passage. With her immense strength and energy, she clears the way for new life to be born. Often through disruptions and unexpected events. Her untamed nature makes her a catalyst for great sudden change, and her feathered friend, the purple martin, serves as advisor, bringing forth messages from the divine, Mercury on the north node, so that we can prepare for the shift ahead. By pulling this card, you are being prepared by the universe for the presence and influence of Goddess Oya in your life. She is about to bring the energy of sudden changes and disruptions to your life because some structures are currently unaligned with your path. Don't try to resist change as it is coming to speed up your evolution process. Prepare to release control and work with Oya to guide you on this sacred path of fast-paced changes, all for your highest good. Okay, I'm done. This is all of what we've been talking throughout this video.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Amazing.
So it's talking about letting go of control. It's talking about allowing big shifts of energy to take place. Welcoming newness while also letting go of old karmic repetitions, old karmic cycles. Wow. I'm mind blown. Let us know in the comments what you think. In the chat, in the comments, we want to know what you're experiencing, what you're sensing from those cards too. And Meg, do you want to do a little of an intention setting, tuning into the new year energy?
Yeah, let's do a short tuning in together. So if you're listening, you can get into whatever position is comfortable. You can have your eyes open or closed. I'm going to close my eyes. And we're going to take in 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe you want to make a sound when you exhale. Breathing fully into your body, all your energy into your body now. And put your hands over your heart. Continuing those beautiful, loving, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just really notice your heart, your heart chakra, feeling deep love for yourself. On the soul level, deep love for the soul that you are, the light being that you are, that chose to be here at this amazing historical time on Earth. Just breathing in that it is safe for you to be here. Breathing out that it is safe for you to be here. It is safe to be alive. It is safe to thrive. It is safe to step into this astrological new year with all our power returned to us, all our energy returned to us. And if you'd like to, you can open up your hands and just kind of have your hands open at your sides in an open position. And if you want to say it on the inside or you can say it outside, I call all my energy back to me now. I call all my energy back to me now. I call all my energy back to me now. From any time, space, or place where it has been left behind. Feel your energy, power, love, creativity returning to you effortlessly as you call it back. Maybe there's particular parts of your body that you feel it coming back to you. You can rest your hands to your sides now. Bringing your awareness back to your heart. We enter this sacred, powerful astrological year from our hearts. And for the next few moments, the gong is going to share its sounds and its medicines with us. And while the gong is supporting us, all our guides, all our ancestors, all our star family, all the planets, all energies of love and light supporting us, just holding the frequency in your heart of what your intentions are as we step into this year. Just bringing those things into your heart. Taking some moments to do this. What are your intentions? What are your dreams? Filling up your heart with your intention, holding that in your heart as we step into this year. And breathing those intentions out into the world. Bringing attention to your aura, your energetic field around you, whether you feel it or you see it. And bringing it in within a couple feet of your body. And you may want to do this with your intention or your visualization, just bringing your energetic field to be within 2 feet of your body. You may even want to do this with your hands, just bringing your energy close to you, sealing your aura effortlessly. Visualizing or feeling whatever color you feel to put all around you now for upliftment and protection and support. Feeling or visualizing that color as a hard shell around your whole body, your whole auric field. And when you're ready, taking some deep breaths back into your outer awareness, giving gratitude for this moment, and we can open our eyes if you had your eyes closed. Stepping into this energy.
Yay! Wow, thank you so much, Meg. That was amazing. I'm sure everybody connected to us live on replay are feeling all the goodness that you're sharing with the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I feel like it's so important to take a moment to center ourselves, to integrate everything that we've been going through, and like take a minute into what we want to bring forward into this new year. So hopefully this has helped everybody here. We love you so much. We're here with all of you. I know this past eclipse season was very challenging to almost all of us.
Mhm.
And we're here to guide you. We're here to go through all the motions of the universe with all of you. So we're sending you so much love. Do make sure you hit the like on this video if you did enjoy it. Do make sure also you subscribe to both Meg and I's channels. Thank you so much, Meg. It was amazing. And I have a feeling we're going to be doing more of those sometime soon.
Mm-hmm. Definitely love you. Thank you so much for being you. And thank you, everyone out there, for being yourselves, being alive right now, and just feeling that message right now, like it's safe for us to be here. It's a gift to be here. So
yeah, let's have fun, like with all
have
those
fun.
new
Yeah.
adventures coming to us this new
Yeah.
astrological. Let's have fun. Like
Yeah.
Jupiter will be in Leo this summer. It's going to be all about like enjoying life, although like it's a roller coaster, it's an adventure. Enjoy.
Mhm. Mhm.
With a big open heart chakra. So sending you so much love. Love you, Meg. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I love you, my astrology sister. And thank you to all of you guys for watching. And we're going to see you soon. Happy Aries Equinox to all of you. Happy New Moon in Pisces. And see you soon. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year. Bye.